Hi, hello.
Hey, hey, Tommy.
Is this Noah?
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
that's
Noah.
me.
This is Tommy. Someone be recorded and potentially upload. How can I help you?
Okay, okay, that's fine. As I told you, I'm from France. So excuse me if my English is not perfect.
Okay. Mhm.
um, so I wanted to talk with you about how to create a stream of income. Um, when you are like 21 years old, and
Okay.
you have a side also like Uber. I'm currently working on Uber driver.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know how to create another income.
So, how much
Uh,
money do you make on Uber per week?
um, per week. Uh, I think like um, 200 euros per week.
How long have you been doing it for?
Um, I'm doing it since January.
Okay. Who do you live with?
What?
Who do you live with? Who do you live with? Your mom?
No, I got an apartment, so I live alone.
Okay. Okay. So, and all you do right now is Uber,
Yeah,
and you're able to pay for your apartment with $800 a month.
yeah.
How much do you spend on your
Uh,
apartment?
what?
How much do you spend on your apartment?
I spent like 460 euros.
Okay. All
But
right.
my income from Uber really it really depends on the week.
Yeah,
It's not
I can imagine. It's not
yeah.
fixed. Now, here's the thing, right, Noah? The first stream of income that we build is going to be the skill we can create for ourselves to make income. It's going to come
Hmm.
through us. Once you can have, for example, earned income, then you can use that money to build, for example, either a side hustle or investments or a business. So, for example,
Hmm.
if I am 21 years old and I'm doing Uber and I have some extra money left over, what am I doing? Well, in your case, most likely, I mean, if I was me, I'll probably do YouTube and try to, for example, maybe get a trade job, something like that, to actually increase my earning ability. But for me, that's just what I want to do. But if I'm in your shoes, do you do you have any ideas for businesses and so on that you want to try out, or like side hustles that you want to do?
Actually, currently I don't know. I just started YouTube channel, just like relaxation and stuff like that, just to do
Okay.
views and build another stream of income.
Okay.
But
Now,
currently, it doesn't work.
yeah,
It
it's
it
not
makes time.
monetized.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Now,
takes time.
okay. Are you interested in going to college, getting a trade job?
Yeah, how can I say? I stopped my studies like 2 years ago,
What were you
and I
studying?
plan to. What?
What were you studying?
I was like 2 years ago, but I stopped it, and I think I'm gonna start it again
Okay.
next
What
next year.
did you study? What career did you try to do? What job did you go to school for?
At this time, I didn't really know. Uh,
Oh, okay. You're
I
doing general
started
education.
studying languages and stuff like that, but
Okay.
in France, you don't have a lot of jobs after doing the studies.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Now, here would be
Yeah.
my advice right now. My advice would be this. If I'm you right now, I'm 21 years old. Do you have any debt, by the way?
No.
Okay, awesome. Stay out of debt. That's the first thing. But if I'm you right now, I'm going to do Uber and I'm potentially going to do even more hours. And then I'm going to spend the next month researching the best jobs in my area according to three things. What do I like? What am I good at? And also, lastly, what's going to make me money? So for example, you can either go to college to pursue that, or you can get a trade job. A trade job is more like, hey, I go straight into it. I can become a plumber, electrician, mechanic, whatever you actually want to do that takes you straight into the job to earn more money. If you want to do school, the goal is you don't go into school without knowing what to do. You go in there with a plan. Meaning, hey, I spent the last month studying exactly what job that I want to do based on my skills, based on my interests. Try to find a career. For example, if you find a job, okay, job one pays you 70K a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Job two pays you, let's say, $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, you hate job one. The idea is if you're gonna be doing a job for a very long time, and usually you are, don't go into it. I'd rather you make
Yeah.
50K a year, enjoy yourself, be happy with your life, than try to make extra money and then be miserable. The goal is that this initial income that you make from that career that you actually choose is gonna make you happy. This income can be used in, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and invest money into my retirement fund. Or for example, I'm gonna go ahead and make and invest money into my YouTube channel, or building a business, or trying out a new skill, or just doing whatever I want to do. But most importantly, it's probably gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna use this money to buy financial freedom. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, financial freedom is very easy to buy, but very hard to buy. The steps are very simple, but it's hard to actually get done. The first step is you want to save $1,000 while you go ahead and pay off your debts using the avalanche method. In your
Mm-hmm.
case, you have no debt, so that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. You save $1,000. Once you're done with that step, you can say, "Hey, I'm gonna save for a full 3 to 6 months of emergencies." Meaning, for example, if I lose my job, if I break a leg, if I get fired, whatever it is, I have 6 months worth of expenses to take care of myself. Then
Yeah.
the third step is
Uh,
to say, hey, I want to start investing money. You can start investing 10-20% into your retirement fund. If you're going to have a kid, you can save 5% extra towards their 529 account, or whatever you have in France. It's basically a college fund for kids. So when the time comes, you can have money there. You can actually help them with their college. No loans done. And while you're
mm-hmm.
doing this, you're saving up money for a down payment to buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
But by this point, right, you're only 21 years old. It'll probably take you, for example, 3 to 4 years to finish school. So by that point, you'll be either 23, 24, or 25. So when you get started with all those things right there, and by the way, when you go to college, the goal is don't get into debt. That means you work Uber, you deliver pizzas at night, whatever it takes, so you can pay off this stuff. You can pay it with your own cash and basically just graduate 100% debt free. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah, but I've seen that on your channel that you say all those stuffs about emergency funds
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So I'm working on it currently.
How much cash do you have currently?
Currently, I have like 400.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? You have $400. You've been doing Uber since January, meaning you have a leak or you don't have a budget. You should have more
Mm-hmm.
money. So this means, right, what you need right now, Noah, is called we call it a bone budget. Basically, it's just the necessities, right? There's no
Mm-hmm.
skin on it. Meaning, for example, a budget usually has four walls. You have shelter. Your shelter cost is 460. You said.
What is a shelter?
Shelter is where you live. Shelter is your home. Shelter is rent. Shelter is mortgage. Shelter is basically just like where you stay.
Okay. So what's the question?
You pay 460 for shelter.
Uh, yeah, I think I
Your
like
rent.
that. Yeah.
How much do you pay for rent?
Oh, 464
64.
euros.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, remember, right? Shelter is just basically your home, like your cost of living, like where you actually stay at. Okay. That's all it
Okay.
is. So, for
Okay.
example, you spend $64 there. Now, utilities. For example, your phone bill, internet, light bill. What do you
Uh,
spend on that?
um, I think like $130, 30 euros.
Okay. You should have all those numbers locked down. So next time I call you, you know, like, hey, Tommy, I know this, I know this. On top of
Yeah.
that, groceries. How much do you spend on groceries?
Mm, 120, I think.
Okay. Do you eat out often?
No.
Or every now and then when you're doing Uber, you get tired?
What?
Do you ever eat out?
No, no. Uh, it's really no. I don't.
Okay, awesome. So that means usually okay, so that's 120 right there for groceries. What about
Yeah.
transportation? This car that you bought, do you pay cash for it? Are you paying it? What are you doing?
Currently, I don't have a car,
So how do you do
so
Uber?
bike.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So how much do you pay? Do you have insurance on the bike? Maintenance on the
No,
bike?
no. It's Uber. Uber is paying for that.
Uber pays
I
for it?
have insurance through her Uber.
Oh, okay, interesting. So let me ask you a question. This bike
Yeah.
that Uber gives you, is it free or does it cost you money?
No, it's free. It's free.
Okay, so transportation cost is free. So that's awesome. Now, what this means
Yeah.
basically, if I add up all of your expenses, right? Let's just have some fun here. If I say, well, Noah here spends 464 on his shelter rent,
Hmm.
utilities are 130, and his food expenses are 120. That means you spend $714 when you only make, for example, $800 on average, maybe sometimes. Meaning, for example, you have a surplus of somewhere around $86. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have only left $86. So if you've been
Yeah.
working since January, right? You have January, February, March, April, May. Now we're in June. That's basically
Mm.
like 6 months. So 86 times 6 months, you should have around $516. In reality, yeah, you're very frugal, man. But the big
No,
thing is you're very frugal.
the issue is that in January I did have some debts, so I
Oh,
just
okay.
with the with the extra money
You
I
paid it
pay
off.
those. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the
So
plan, right?
yeah.
You don't you never get into debt again.
Mhm.
And you gotta get, for example, another job to increase your income. And while you work that job, you have two jobs now, right?
Yeah.
So now you have two
But
jobs. What? Go ahead.
currently the issue is that in France with the pandemic and all that, it's really complicated to find another job.
What? You guys don't have restaurants opened yet?
Uh, for example, I started Uber in January because I couldn't find another job because Uber is just like everyone can do it, you know.
Yeah. So let me ask you a
But
question. What
yeah,
businesses are opened in France?
uh, currently um, the how can I say the business is reopened just like last week.
Okay. So now that
So
means you have potential to go get a job.
yeah, but the other issue is that I live in a small town,
Okay.
so the jobs are really limited.
Okay. So here's what I would do right now. I would
Mm.
try to find an extra job within my town, whether it's, for example, like picking up people's trash, cleaning up the yards, washing their car, whatever possible that I can do for extra money. And then
Mhm.
once I save, for example, $1,000, $2,000, I would buy myself a car. And now with
Mhm.
that car, I can go, for example, to the city or wherever you can find jobs basically to earn more money.
Yeah,
Once you
just a
have
question.
that, yeah, you can go out there. You
Uh,
can go ahead.
the car,
Yes,
uh, I buy it in cash or
cash.
okay.
So that's why I say $1,000, $2,000 car because you can't afford a
Yeah,
nice, crazy car. Now, the
yeah.
thing is, if you buy a car and you finance it, now you have the issue of now you have these crazy payments. If you get
Yeah.
laid off again and you lose your job, what happens is you still owe this car. Now you're messed up. So the goal is you just buy a used beater car, 1,000, 2,000 euros, whatever it is in that area. You use that car, take you from point A to point B to your work. You save up more money, more money. if you can increase your income to, let's say, $2,000 a month by going, for example, by being over there, that's going to be amazing. With those
Yeah.
$2,000, basically now you can pay for your school, save up more money on the side, so if anything does happen, you'll be fine. And that car that you buy, it won't be perfect. So every 3 to 6 months, you get it checked out. It's
Mm.
better to check it out than to have it break down and then have a big expense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the goal. But if you have, for example, right now $400 saved up, you can probably make in the next month the extra money you need to buy a little car.
Yeah. Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk with you about, yeah. So as I told you, it's a bit complicated to find another job. So, what advices can you give me about creating income from internet?
Well, on the internet, what I did was you have drop shipping, you have affiliate marketing, you have building a brand, whatever you actually want to do. But there is nothing on the internet that makes you money by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Usually things you have
Yeah.
to build up over time. So that's why I
Fair.
say the most important thing is you going out there and doing some physical work to earn extra money, buying a little car, having fixed income coming in a little bit more. And once you have a job in the area or whatever, if you're making $2,000 a month, including your other jobs, you have more money on the side to say, hey, I'm going to try this out online or passive or whatever you want to do to build it up. But a big thing is going to be you deciding whether you're going to do trade school, construction, electrician, elevator repair person, train operator, whatever you actually, or bus operator, whatever you want to do to give you a good amount of income. That money
Yeah.
from there, you can then take it to build more passive income, invest for retirement, buy your home, pay it off. The thing is, Noah, you don't really need a lot of money to be financially free. The problem is that a lot of people, what they do is they get into debt. They go ahead to buy fancy houses that they can't afford, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they buy fancy cars that they can't afford. And before you know it, they have this lifestyle that they're trying to live, but that lifestyle prevents them from going ahead and investing money and actually building real financial freedom. But in your case, no, the only thing you lack is a good income. But everything that they have, you don't have. You don't have a fancy house, you don't have any crazy debt, and you don't have a fancy car. So if you stay
Yeah.
away from those big traps, you'll be just fine. Because if you're making, once you graduate from a trade job or, for example, a career in college, whatever you want to do, once you graduate, if you're making 50K, you stay in the same apartment, you don't upgrade. Now you save up for 6 months full of emergencies, you start investing 10-20%, you start
Yeah.
saving up to buy a home, that's 10-20%. What's the average home price, by the way, in your area? Just do some numbers here.
I really don't. I really don't know. I think it's like 1 or 200,000.
Okay, let's say 200,000. And by the way, it's important to dream, Noah, and just to like plot out a course for your life and have goals in place and have smart goals. So it's important that you know, hey, the average house in my area costs X amount. The average person in my area costs X amount. If I move to this area, I can make X amount. If I do this career, I can make this amount. It's important to like have all these ideas and you write them down and you make, for example, a little wall. They call it a vision board in America,
Yeah.
where you have
Mm-hmm.
like all your goals on this wall, so you can shoot for something. You can see it every single morning, so that way you know, like, hey, there is a different place here. But if a home costs, for example, let's just say 150 in your area in France, right?
Yeah.
If you save up, for example, 15% of that, well, 10% of that, let's just say 10% of that, that's around $15,000 you need to save up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you buy this home, for example, where it's not more than 33% of your monthly income, you can, on a 15-year mortgage, you can pay extra towards it. And in 10 to 8 years or 12 years, you can pay off this house in full. Now,
Yeah.
you're 21 years old now, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's say 2 years from now, you get your career, so you're earning that money, whether it's a trade job or whatever. Then 10 years from now, you have a fully paid off home. So now, for example, you're 32 years old, you have a lot of money invested because you've been investing also. You have a paid off home, You have a full blown emergency account. You're 32 years old, earning, for example, a good amount of money. You have extra money to go ahead and have fun, to basically invest or give away. By 32 years old, 35 years old, potentially you're done with this whole game.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? But
Yeah.
it requires patience. And while you're on your way to this whole thing, you can say, I'm going to spend 2 4 hours on YouTube or a drop shipping or a side business to try to earn more money. That's also a possibility.
Hmm. Okay. In reality, my big dream currently is to just own real estate. Not mine, not my house at this time. Just just own real estate, apartments and stuff like that.
To
Just
rent?
yeah, yeah.
Well,
It will be
okay.
to increase my income through rents, and after that,
How much
pay for
money do you
my
need?
house.
How much money do you need in by the way, that's a bad plan. Here's why. Because for example, when you buy rental property before you buy your very first house and pay that off, the idea is yes, you get to basically build passive income on the side. But if that person doesn't pay you, for example, pandemic or maybe home prices crash or whatever happens in this world, then for example, maybe you can't make those payments anymore. And if you can't make those payments anymore, now you lost that, or maybe the roof breaks, or maybe there's a crazy like the AC breaks, the heating breaks, whatever can happen, and then you
Yeah.
have, hey, I don't have this money anymore. That's why I say, for example, the first step is secure yourself before you get into that whole process. Now, if I were you and you're telling me I want to get into real estate, potentially you can get into the sale of real estate, help other people buy their homes. You get commissions.
Hmm.
Once you're getting commissions, you're also building like experience. So now you're making money doing what you actually love to do. Doesn't take that long to actually do it, by the way. You can then purchase your first home. Once you're done paying it off, you can say, hey, now I want to get into rental property. But it's different to say, hey, I buy rental properties slow and steady, then
Hmm.
I buy rental properties, and if that income stops, I can't pay my mortgage and take care of my lifestyle. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I rather Noah be okay financially, where he doesn't have to worry about money anymore. He has money in the bank, he has a paid off home, and then when he does, like for example, like real estate, it's just a bonus because you love the job and you like living giving a service, and you want to increase your income to maybe like have a higher lifestyle if you want to. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But try to find a job in that area. Find out what licenses you need in France. Work under someone, whether it's free or whatever, for a while, and just build up a reputation in it. That's the best way to do it.
Okay. So, your advice is to just secure myself first,
Yes.
and after that, just invest in real estate and buy other properties.
If you want to, because maybe the reason you want to buy real estate is because you say you think you want like more income. But if in like 7 10 years you don't really need any income because you basically are financially free, then you might decide to do something else. You're 21 years old. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like a lot can change. So that
Yeah.
at 25, I thought that basically I wanted to have a multi-family home so I can rent out the two units on top, and I can make all this extra money. I can pay the rents, and then I said to myself, why am I gonna buy a $700,000 property in New York when I can go somewhere else, spend $130,000, pay it off in cash, and then be done with that aspect of my life, and then just basically work on what I want to do for the rest of my life and just make more
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
right? So it's all about perspective and
Yeah.
thinking about the long term for yourself, not about, oh, rental equals free rent. It depends on the house you buy and what you're actually gonna do. Everything has risks. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what did I want to ask you? Uh, about stocks. When do you think I should start investing stocks? Just
I
like
think
when
I think I think the time to start investing in stocks. First of all, if you're in debt, you don't invest into stocks. If you
yeah.
don't have a good amount of income, you don't invest into stocks. Here's why. The goal is that you're always going to get a greater ROI from investing in yourself than you are going to get from the stock market. Because for example, if you invest $20,000 into a career for yourself, 2 3 years, that can earn you $50,000 every single year. If you put that in the stock market, that money is trapped there for a while, for the long term, and then only later in 10, 20 years, you can get that money out. But you still have the same very low income. But if you, for example, say, I'm going to put this $20,000 now, or whatever it is, $10,000 into my career today, make $40,000, $50,000 a year, and now I have even more income to go ahead and invest. As far as stocks though, I wouldn't invest into individual stocks unless you really want to do that stuff. For example, you have to learn how to actually pick a stocks. That comes from like accounting and financial skills.
Mm-hmm.
So you can read, for example, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham
Yeah,
if you want to do
I'm
that.
currently on it.
Yeah. And also on top, once you're done with that book, it's like a beginning book, by the way. Then you want to read Security and Analysis by Benjamin Graham and also David Dodd. But me personally, I don't do picking stocks. What I do is I just do index funds because I don't want to spend 8 hours of my day every single day looking through all those stocks and stuff like that. But it's up to you on what you want to do. But I would focus on investing on myself first, because even Warren Buffett, when he really started investing, he already graduated, he already had a great job, and he had so much money coming in that he had extra money to just go ahead and invest and invest and invest. But if he tried to invest with just, for example, like $800 a month, it'll be very hard because you also have financial instability. If the stock market crashes, what do? You
Yeah.
can't take the money out, and you still need to pay your bills. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, brother. Well, this was a great conversation. We're out of time. However, though, these calls are now, for example, like a one-time thing, Noah. So feel free, if you want to call me again, schedule another call, and I'd love to talk to you again. But overall, action steps here are basically, you need to get another job. You need to figure out if you're going to do a trade job, you're going to do college, or get a license to increase your income from your
Yeah.
your own earning potential, or a side hustle, whatever you want to do. And then once you have a higher income, you focus on, hey, I'll invest here. I'll start saving up for whatever I want to save up, and so on. All right.
Okay.
And but the money
I
you
just
do
wanted
save
to.
up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you about my English. So.
Your English is
Did
fine,
you?
man. It's
It's
fine.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You
Okay.
just like lacking a few words here and there because you kind of forget certain things. But that's fine, man.
Yeah.
When I first started learning English, it was pretty tough for me also. So, but the more you talk and you hang around with other people that speak English, and you get a car, you go to the city and all those things where people talk more English, you just like you'll accommodate more,
Yeah.
step by
Okay.
step.
Yeah. That's the issue here because you can talk in English with
Yeah.
other people.
And by the way, what's the average income where you're staying at right now? Like, do you make a normal income, or is your income very low for where you live?
No, my income is very low because I live in a town where the people are high degree diplomats. That's how
Yeah.
you say.
Yeah.
So here the income is like 4,000.
That's awesome, man. So it sounds like those people that make some decent money probably have some problems that they don't want to waste money on. So maybe they can hire you to help them fix it. Whether it's
Yeah,
like cleaning lawns or cleaning their house or whatever they need to do, or their pools, whatever it is, you make that money, you buy your little car, and then you can go to the city and make even more money. And then start getting and then once you're talking to those people, ask them like, hey, what do you do? Hey, what do you do? What do you do? You can follow those steps. That's all it
yeah.
is. It's a
I didn't thought
formula.
about it.
Yeah, that's all it is, brother. Okay?
Okay. I just a last question. I'm sorry. Do you think I should call you again? Like, do you think you have others advices for me?
No, I don't.
No.
I
Okay.
just,
So
I want you to call me again to update me on what you're doing. But from
yeah.
now on,
Okay.
like all the information you need is just in your hands. You just need to take action. There's
Okay.
no conversation that's gonna help you anymore. It's just you taking action.
Uh,
That's all it
uh,
is.
for how much time are you going to make those calls?
I don't know. For as
You don't
long,
know.
it can be, for example, for the next year. It can be, for example, till tomorrow. So that's why I tell people, you get in while you still can.
Yeah. Okay. Can I have a contact or a thing like that just to send you a message or just to call you when the updates are done?
Whenever you're making progress and you want to contact me again, then you can just schedule another call if they're available. If not, you can just DM me on Instagram. If not, you can just join the Patreon and then contact me directly through my phone number through there. Okay? But
Okay.
you
Okay.
all the information you need, you already have it, brother. Just get
Okay.
started and then schedule a call in a few months or in 2 months when you have the car. You're like, yo, I did this, I did that, and it'll be a great story to share here on the platform.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, thank you.
All right, see you later, Noah.
Thanks a lot.
Peace out.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, guys, that's what I'm telling you, man. A lot of the times, people try to do magic with a very small amount of income. You know, the average millionaire has a 9 to 5, but the average millionaire does not make, for example, $800 every single month, right? You have to have some form of income. You can't just rely, for example, on the whole, like, hey, I'm doing Uber, great. But what else can you do for example, like 18 hours of your day or 16 hours of your day? If I live around rich people, well, what can I learn from them? Like, what jobs do they have and all that stuff, right? That's the whole goal. That's the whole key. And then people are so scared of getting, for example, a career that they say, hey, well, I don't want to get a career. I want to get this passive income thing. I want to do this. The answer is, to build passive income, you have to have income initially to actually fund those passive income ideas or whatever it is. If you want to build the business, you have to have some income to then go ahead and basically build it out also, whether it's online or physical. Sometimes it doesn't require any money, but it means, for example, it requires a lot of effort, and you need free time for that also. But overall, that's my advice here. Comment down below, guys. Let me know. Isn't it insane in France you can live off $480 and a very high income in his areas, for example, $4,000 a month? That to me is amazing, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. And if you want to join me on these calls, well, feel free to do so. Links are down below. But like I told Noah, I don't know for how long I'll be doing this, so basically get in while you still can, because calls are getting filled up, so get in right now. Link down below. Schedule a call for free for 30 minutes. I'll talk to you directly. On top of that, also, if you want to DM me, well, DM me right here at Tommy Bryson on Instagram. It's my only Instagram. And if you want to watch more content, like more videos, for example, here's another video right here. Click, keep watching, click my face right here. See you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.